Hello everyone and welcome to another Deadguy Ale video. I did not record all my leagues over the last week because I'm practicing for a real life paper tournament and sometimes I just want to focus on playing the deck. Like it's always a little bit distracting to talk during recording a video. This is the deck list I'm playing. Like I did not make a whole lot of different choices in this list. Just trying out a few more cards like Engineered Explosives, but like I cut Meekstone but added Path to Exile to have more removal for both Married Lage and Delver decks. Like because Fatal Push doesn't cut it, I added a fourth Polluted Delta because I wanted to be able to fetch more basic swamps, and I cut a Wasteland, for example. Like nothing too major, just want to try out some stuff. Yeah, this looks keepable. So I'm going to lead with the Marsh Flats here. And I can either fetch a basic to plow something if it's like a deck that looks to have Wasteland, or I can fetch a Scrubland in case I want to cast him to Turek next turn. Ooh, he may be on Dredge. Or a Reanimator maybe, and then just like discard Grizzlebrand next turn, play a land and reanimate or something. Okay, so they are on Reanimator. I think keeping open Plow is not good enough against Grizzlebrand. Because I mean he's gonna draw a lot of cards anyway, so I think I want to be as disruptive as possible and hope to him to Turek away any 1 mana spell and any 1 mana reanimation spell or any land he has. Exhume and Chromox, okay. That means he's probably likely to still have like at least a land and a reanimate or something. Yeah, or Dark Ritual into another Exhume. At least without the Chromox, he'll be a bit less likely to be able to play more stuff here. Yeah, he can draw like 14 cards this turn. That's not great for us. I hope if he manages to reanimate the Tidespout Tyrant, I hope he can't cast anything anymore, because then at least we can deluge for 7 next turn. Like, but if he bounces a land, we'll only be able to kill 1 creature with the plow. Then I think, yeah, we probably lose. Exhume, sure. Please have nothing anymore. Yeah, if he draws 7 more, I probably lose to the Tidespout Tyrant. Let's see, can I still beat this? Like if I draw Caracas, I can bounce the Grizzlebrand, but because if he bounced the Bayou, I could have tried to like plow the Tidespout Tyrant and... yeah, I'm not gonna win this, so I'm not gonna reveal my hand. Let's see, draw a card. Yeah, the draw card option seems to be kind of broken. So I want Humility. Probably not Deluge, probably not this Deluge either. Canonist seems okay. Galactic does nothing. Seal of Cleansing, like if they want to bring in Pithing Needle or Animate Dead, that's the same reason for Explosives, but probably Seal of Cleansing is more flexible, because it can also take care of like Blood Moon or Sneak Attack if they have this as an additional disruption spell. So Lingering Souls is not too great either. Stoneforge package could be trimmed. Him to Turak, Liliana at Last Hope are not great here either. I need to cut 13 cards here. Okay, definitely want all of these. I guess like one Deluge, like if they go like Grave Titan or something, be worth it. I think I prefer Seal of Cleansing over Explosives. Yeah, I think I want to keep, I don't know, maybe like... Usually I prefer Fire and Ice to keep drawing more disruption. So this can go, this can go. Last Hope probably as well. Like some number of Lingering Souls can be okay to block and save me some life. But actually I also like a single him. Like, because they play creatures to reanimate, like him can be really bad as well, because like if you him their Grizzlebrand, if they don't have an Entomb, you just him their Grizzlebrand, you may lose the game. I could see trimming like a land, but then I may get screwed on mana, so yeah, they don't play Wasteland. I think I'm gonna cut a Plains here. Basic Plains is the least valuable land in this matchup. Or I could have trimmed the Wasteland, because there are not gonna be so many lands to waste. Because at least the white mana lets me cast yeah, like the white mana is gonna let me cast either Thorn Canonist or Containment Priest. But our mana is fine, so not drawing any more land than this seems good. This hand is good against a blind reanimate, but not against like them toss-using me first. And yeah, I guess I can do some fetching here. I don't want to be revealing the Wastelands yet, so I think I'm going to Brutality without Escalate. Yeah. Like I could Escalate to Drain 2, but I think any of these cards are more valuable than improving my clock by 1 turn or something. It's probably gonna Entomb in response, sure. Grizzlebrand, okay. Reverent Silence does nothing yet. I can take 1 Exhume and then Surgical in response to the second of him casting it. Reverent Silence could be annoying if we draw Rest in Peace, but yeah, whatever. I'm not afraid of that. So yeah, if he would play like the Badlands, I can waste him plus Confident next turn. Okay, he does give me away. Although like wasting him isn't even worth that much at this point. Oh, I could actually have Collective Brutality with the Dark Confident, so I would get back a free Dark Confident, but I think that would be a bit loose in case he had like Reanimate. He drew Chancellor of the Annex. Okay, that's fine. Okay. No, I think there is no reason to keep open my path to exile here. Like I can wasteland him this turn, and then if I have nothing else to do, I can still use my Seal of Cleansing just to destroy the Lotus Petal or something. Reveal another confident, sure. He needs a forest for this. So if I don't play the wasteland, he might fetch a Bayou. But if I do play the wasteland, he might not fetch a Bayou and never be able to cast this. So that's slightly tricky. I think playing a second confident is better than playing a Seal of Cleansing here. So I'm keeping open the path to exile instead. Just because this increases the chance of him fetching a non-basic than if he would have seen the wasteland already. Dark Ritual, sure. Maybe Collective Brutality or something. It's a complicated spell, like it takes a long time to cast a spell, so it's probably Collective Brutality. Yeah, killing it and making me discard. So if he has a reanimation spell, it's kind of tricky. Wait, actually I can path my own. It depends. Like if I path my own confident, I can't get it back if he has Exhume. But if he has another reanimation spell, pathing it gives me another land, and because he's gonna take my path anyway. I think I already have 2 Exhumes, and I think he would not kill the confident if he has Exhume. So yeah, sure, I'm just gonna get myself a basic here. Yeah, if he has Exhume, I would definitely have chosen the Drain 2 life instead of killing the confident, if you're going for it the same turn. Swords to Plowshares is a good card. I guess Liliana is a good card as well. I mean, they only have Reverent Silence in hand. Actually, I knew about that. So I knew they didn't have Exhume there, yeah. So, let's see, I play Liliana. Make everyone discard, but what do I want to discard? I think I don't want him to have 3 mana because that could mean Fateless Looting into a reanimation spell. So I think I'm going to Seal of Cleansing and pitch the Source of Plowshares because we can already make them sacrifice something. So kind of a wastelandish use for the Seal of Cleansing here. Humility seems great. I'm not sure they can beat it. Especially with the Reverent Silence gone. So I'm first gonna make... Yeah, I can pitch these sorts of Plowshares. And I think there's actually nothing that punishes me for keeping the humility in hand. Like, sure, he might vault seize it away, but I'm still like in control of the game. Only like if he gets to reanimate the Grizzlebrand. No, Grizzlebrand is exiled. And like if he gets Tidespout Tyrant, he won't have another spell to cast yet. Before I can make him sacrifice it with Liliana. So I think I'm comfortable. Oh wait, Confident is actually gonna kill me in a few turns. So yeah, I think I need to play the Humility this turn if I flip anything. Okay, reveal Surgical, sure. So let's see, I want to play Humility here. I'm not sure I want to plus Liliana. Like Surgical doesn't do a whole lot against if I have Humility in play, but he might still get... and I definitely want a sword. Yeah, I think Surgical is not necessary at this point, because I'm very much in control of the game. Humility is a great card. Like I played against Show and Tell yesterday. Yeah, if you get to put this into play after Show and Tell, or even hardcast it, then yeah, you're in a very good spot. Okay, so they do play Animate Dead, but I don't need Seal of Cleansing anymore with my Liliana. So I make them sacrifice their creature. Then I equip my sword. I could actually just have equipped the sword and attack, but then yeah, they could have blocked one. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I like keeping in the sword, because with humility or like just in general, like drawing more cards and increasing my clock by a whole lot. It's just oh yeah, they're on 5 life, yeah, and this kills them this turn. Yeah, like it improved my clock by I don't know, 5 or 6 turns probably. I didn't count exactly. Galactic stops Reverent Silence. That might be a consideration. And on the draw, him to Turek is even slower. So yeah, I think I like it this way. I mean, actually, him is more disruptive if they're stumbling in like the first 2 turns. Yeah, I think actually I don't need... Yeah, Galactic also prevents me from playing Humility. So I think I like the one of him, just to have one more disruptive spell here. Ooh, this is a very good hand, except my opponent is on the play. So yeah, if they go turn 1 Grizzlebrand, we're fucked. If they go turn 2 Grizzlebrand, I'm gonna put the draw step stop to yeah, to fake the surgical. Yeah, this could easily backfire, but since they're on like not so many cards, if they did not discard the Grizzlebrand, I might have been tempted to play the Wasteland. But yeah, they only need to have like 1 land and reanimate to to win. So I think I still need to play Death right here. Actually, this also loses to them having the reanimate. So yeah, I think actually wastelanding them here because they're only on 3 cards is probably better. But this also opens up turn 2 rest in peace. Draw step. Yeah. Yeah, they did have a second land. Actually, against Exhume, yeah, actually I could have prevented Exhume by wastelanding them. So I think actually it would have been the safest to play Exhume. Oh crap, okay. To have wastelanded them just because we were ahead on resources, and we could have been able to make them stumble on. Okay, lesson of the day: if your opponent mulligans to 5, just wasteland first. Yeah, we need a very specific set of cards to win this game. Something like Caracas. Actually, since they have Dark Ritual, they're definitely gonna kill this Death Rite with Collective Brutality, looking at the way they're spending their mana. Ooh, discarding a Grave Titan and draining me as well. At least the discard mode won't do anything. But if they also manage to reanimate this Grave Titan, I think we're screwed. Oh yeah, that's bad. Yeah, Wasteland, definitely the best play here on turn 1. Rest in Peace doesn't do a lot. Like, this will attack for 17, so I can't even fetch, actually. Okay, GG opponent. That's a bummer. Like, I mean, I could still have lost if he had drawn a second land before I could land before I could untap with the Death Rite. So he had like 2 turns to find like a third land. Yes, like if your opponent mulligans to 5 and then spends their first turn like playing land ponder, you're on 7 cards. I think wasting them is okay if you have enough lands in hand. Ooh, this is very keepable. And I'm not gonna fetch here. Like, this doesn't look like a Stifle deck, but then again there is no reason to fetch here either, so we might as well play around it. Spell Snare. It looks like either some kind of Esper control-ish deck or like Miracles. Those are usually the kind of decks that play Spell Snare. Ooh, maybe even some Grixis control play now. Okay. Ooh, Liliana will be very good here. So you're gonna waste them to cut them off like a counter spell here. Just need to get their hands down. They're not representing counterspell anymore, and they did not force the him to Turak. They do play a lot of basics, so I'm definitely gonna fetch the basic planes here. Ooh, do they have Stifle? No. I can't imagine. So I want to fetch the basic planes. And even though they might have something like Spell Pierce, no, they should have played it against my him as well. So I'm gonna drop Liliana because that's the. If they can't deal with it, it will just the emblem will just win me the game. They won't be able to play Baleful Strixes for value either, or like Young Pyromancers. Just to play around Snapcaster Spellsnare, I'm not plussing the Liliana yet, because otherwise I could kill his Snapcaster. Okay, yeah, definitely some control-ish deck. Maybe it's even just blue-black control. Let's say Lingering Souls and Deathrite seems good. It runs into a board wipe, but Lingering Souls is still okay against the board wipe. Okay, if Liliana survives 2 more turns, it basically says I win the game. It even wins the game now. Probably he can't deal with Resolve Planeswalkers, since he doesn't have red. I want Choke, because it's a control deck. Gadoktig, I'm not sure. Like if it was Miracles, I would bring him in against. I don't even remember what it's called. I guess yeah, Terminus. Maybe I want Ethersworn Canonist just because it does a lot of cantripping and maybe Snapcastering. Seems okay. Jita does not seem like the best card here. Like he may run some small creatures like Baleful Strix, but I think, yeah, I think that I can still beat them with other cards. Maybe I want to cut 1 plow because I have other ways to deal with stuff. This hand has no pressure by itself. Like, since he's a control deck, I don't think like just playing it very slow is good enough here. This is tricky. No black mana, but once I find the black mana, it's good. So still gonna mulligan this because yeah, I'm not risking it. I mean, we won the first game, so I can afford to lose this one. Yeah, I think Thoughtseize is fine. I would have preferred to find the second land, but because we were on the draw. Since we only play like 21 lands, that means, yeah, we are like only 1 in 2.5 chances of finding one here. Ooh, Snapcaster True Names, him to Turak is okay because my hand doesn't do a whole lot. Spell Pierce is most dangerous because like it stops everything I'm doing until I have like 4 or 5 mana. True Name is actually a problem. We need to draw Deluge for that. Yeah, I think I need to take the True Name. I probably want to board in my second Deluge now that I know he plays it. Okay. I'm not sure I want to trade my him with a Spell Pierce here. Like I'm trading my available mana for his available mana, so I'm While if I don't do it, he may tap out for Snapcaster Spell Pierce. So I shouldn't have fetched actually, because I still want to draw another land. Yeah, this way at least I'm... Wait, he already used the first strand, so he can't actually Snapcaster Spell Pierce next turn. Yeah, I think I'm fine with playing him here and then next turn play the second one. Unless he plays a land. Yeah, I also want to resolve my Sword of Fire and Ice. Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to him to clear the way for my future Dark Confidant. No. Like he cannot play Snapcaster Pierce yet, and I think that's a reason to play the sword first. Because if he untaps and plays a land, like if he pushes our confident and then untaps plays a land, okay, never mind. We would have been in trouble. But now he has Needle and we don't have explosives or Seal of Cleansing. Yeah, I was also hoping, of course, to draw this land here. Because this would mean that we can play both confidents in case he counters one or kills one. It's only weak to him having land into Toxic Deluge, but at least it plays around. I think it's more important to play around a single Fatal Push than to play around land Toxic Deluge. Force pitch Snapcaster, and then push this guy, sure. Yeah, now he's Snapcaster, being able to like be flexible here probably means we don't stand much of a chance, except if you draw like Lingering Souls or something that gives a lot of yeah, value. Yeah, I think he could have kept his Snapcaster for Spell Pierce or Fatal Push. Yeah, I kept the planes in my hands last turn just to yeah, maybe to incentivize him to play Thoughtseize or like I didn't really need to play it out anyway. Ooh, 4 mana Jace. Yeah, that's the reason I played a fetch land here. Like in case he wants to Fate Seal, then at least I can fetch away the card if he leaves it on top. Yeah, I think at this point I want to play out the land. I don't know why, because this confident is not going to survive. If I had kept my 7 lands, I think I would have beat his like him being stuck on 2 lands for so long. Like if I mean, if of course if my opening 7 was acceptable. Actually, it did have him to Turak and all that kind of stuff. And Collective Brutality, so I think it could actually have wrecked this this mana screwed opening hand. Yeah, now our opponent has 4 cards in hand. I think it's safe to concede here. Pithing Needle is annoying, so I might bring in Seal of Cleansing. Oh, actually I didn't bring in Pithing Needle against Jace. I think Engineered Explosives is more flexible in killing true names or stuff like that. I could see bringing in Rest in Peace, because I think he gets more advantage from using the graveyard than I do. But I want the Toxic Deluge to have more answers to true name. Yes, he also has a lot of removal, so I'm not sure I want to rely on all these Stone Forges too much. I mean, they are actually kind of a 2-for-1, so I think I can Leave this one in. I think Caracas has no real value against him. He doesn't play Leovold or anything, and he doesn't play Waste. He doesn't seem to be playing Wasteland, so we could afford cutting one land. And yeah, all of these are kind of okay. Maybe I can cut a third him. I can play Spell Snare, Spell Pierce. Yeah, this hand is keepable. I can have a peak turn one. Just see if the way is clear to play Confident, or if I have to play Collective Brutality next turn first. So I want Snapcaster so he can't force me. And then my Brutality can take one of the removal spells. And also, of course, Snapcaster is just one of the best value cards in the late game of his deck. Actually, he does still have two removal spells for my one Confident. I feel like taking Brainstorm. Like, Brainstorm is the card that's gonna fix his deck. Like, if his opening hand sucks, then I mean, he might be drawing blanks from here on. Yeah, sure, he can use one removal spell for the Dark Confident. And then he can use one for the next one. But I think at some point I will probably push through his through the stuff he has in hand. I just need to be drawing a bit more land for this stuff. So it's kind of strange that our opponent did not end of turn push this Confident. Unless like they didn't want to fetch. Like I could have taken the removal spells instead of the Brainstorm. But that would also have meant that yeah, he could Brainstorm into like Snapcaster for the removal spells or more removal spells. Or he could have like fizzled, so to speak, like I found nothing. So that was... I couldn't have known how it would have ended. Could have been better for them, could have been worse. But yeah, the card is silly good. Like maybe trading one for one with him by allowing us to like playing our creatures into his removal spells is not the best. Because like he has more 2 fronts or a better late game because of the cantrips. So maybe that's not the correct line of attack here. And our opponent is disconnected, so... Yeah, the Thoughtseize for our collective brutality was kind of brutal, I think. Because otherwise I could have taken one removal spell, and then you would have had only one removal spell left for our confidence. And our opponent is back after 4 minutes. But they still need to actually cast their spell. Unless they lost connection again. Come on, opponent. Okay, yeah, they're pushing the confident. Yeah, they do have to go for the throat and the mana open, so I think it's not profitable for me to play the confident here. Man, I really would have liked to draw like at least the white source here at some point. Okay, that's good enough. He might even be so silly to just go for the throat one of the tokens. I mean, I don't think he is, but you never know. Question is, do I want to flash it back? Or is he likely to play Toxic Deluge? That's might actually just take a little look to see. Actually, no, he hasn't been playing this deck yet. Yeah, I think there is no reason to play out anything anymore here. Just do not play into Marsh Casualties or Toxic Deluge. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. I would have liked to play this Batter Skull here. Yeah, just force him to use his fetch lands now. they could be valuable later in the game. And then I'm still gonna name Chase the Mind Sculptor, obviously. The opponent goes down to 7. He's actually using the Go for the Throat. Does that mean he has a Snapcaster for it, or not? Because he knows I have Dark Confidence. If he has Snapcaster, that means he has to use his whole next turn to do it. So I think I can take the... Actually, I think just flashing back Lingering Souls and I kill him in 3 turns. Oh yeah, he has Force plus blue cards. Yeah, then I'm happier with him forcing this than with forcing my Confident. And here again, I'm not gonna play around. I'm not gonna play around Toxic Deluge because he wouldn't have been forcing my Lingering Souls or go for the throating my Spirit if he had it. Ooh, we win the game. Yeah, like he was more likely to have a spot removal. So that's why you play out double confidence. I mean, if the opponent played like they would have a board wipe, like not countering the Lingering Souls, not go for the throating a token, then I might have played it safe and either not play it and just keep attacking with like the 3 or 4 tokens we had, or I might have just played 1 confident. But yeah, people throwing spot removal at a stupid 1/1 flying is a good sign of what, like unless it's a bluff, but usually it's a good sign of what they have in their hand. Yeah, Lingering Souls is very good in these kinds of matchups. Like my opponent threw away 3 cards to deal with, like to deal with the tokens, like he go for throat and double force. Yeah, throwing 3 cards away, and me still having a creature left. That's yeah, very strong. Guitar me. I roll would like to play first. Yes. This hand is good, except against Blood Moon, but I still have my turn 1 Deathrite, and so I need to fetch into Scrubland. Probably play Deathrite. Like, yeah, if he's a turn 1 combo deck, that's the only reason to play Thoughtseize. But opponent is mulliganing a lot, which actually means they might be on a combo deck. Yeah, I think if opponent only has 5 cards, just Thoughtseizing away his only interaction. Yeah, I think that's the line I want to take here. Because 1-for-1ing is very good at a point where your opponent has nothing going on. Duress is not great. I think LED gives him mana, and Tutor is his only business spell, and he has more mana spells. So yeah, I think I take the Tutor. And yeah, mulliganing to 5 means he's more likely to be a combo deck, because they need a more specific set of cards. Oh, he plays out LED to play around him to Turak or something. I guess that's smart. And here I could go for Dark Confident to draw into more disruption. I think playing Deathrite is more important, because if I can exile his Infernal Tutor, like he can't kill me over Past in Flames probably. Like he would need to draw exactly Past in Flames or Tutor this turn, and he probably kills me, but he does not. Probably going to duress me and take Liliana. And Liliana is very good here, because my opponent is almost empty-handed. But yeah. But yeah, I can play Dark Confidant and still keep open my Deathrite for Tutor. So they would need to go for Ad Nauseam instead of Past in Flames here. So do I Thought Seize? I think I Thought Seize and keep Deathrite open. Actually no, Thought Seize does not enough here yet. I think I can wait one turn with Thought Seize and play Confident. Just to play a little bit more on the long game, like being able to attack for more. And my opponent is not likely to combo with 3 cards anyway. He did if he had like drawn something else, so we exile Tutor. That's not the best card in this matchup. Not the worst either. I can equip and draw another card, but I think that's not good enough. So, I think Dark Ritual, like Cabal Ritual, has the biggest upside, but Dark Ritual adds 2 mana now, and this adds only 1 mana without Threshold. So yeah, that's going for that one. Then I guess I play Stoneforge for Batterskull to be able to gain some life. Or like to Violin, sort of Iron Ice cheaper next turn. Yeah, I'm dealing a lot of damage to myself here. Could be risky. Get myself Batterskull. Come on, Confident, don't kill me. So let's say I play the sword and equip it. Now I don't have a land to activate Deathrite anymore. So I think I'm actually going to draw an extra card here, because I don't want to use it for... Like, I can't afford to take any more damage here. Okay, he draws us another land, that's perfect. So yeah, I can Violin, Batterskull end of turn, or Sword, and exile something with Deathrite. Probe paying life, that's risky, because that means he's dead next turn. I think otherwise he could have had one more turn. Cabal Ritual. Sure. Curious what kind of line he could have here. If he needs 5 mana for Ad Nauseam. Oh, we can actually go Past in Flames. And if I exile Gitaxian Probe, he can only make mana and duress me, so sure. Gitaxian Probe. Okay. Opponent concedes, does not want to see if I take 8 damage of my Dark Confidant. I think Choke is not great, only if I lack other cards. Toxic Deluge and Engineered Explosives could be okay. Galactic I want definitely. Containment Priest probably not, but I want either some Canonists, Rest in Peace, Duress, Enlightened Tutor, Surgical and Surgical. I think Battle Skull probably not, Cheetah probably not. Same for Stoneforges and Swords to Plowshares. So yeah, this goes out first. These are maybes. And like if I cut this, oh yeah, I only need one more card, so that's perfect. Actually, yeah, Liliana Last Hope isn't so good either. Lingering Souls is maybe a bit worse than Stoneforge into Better Skull. I could even see cutting Caracas. The Caracas lets us cast something without him being able to. Yeah, Basic Plains is actually worse because Caracas plays around Massacre. So sort by converted mana costs. Oh yeah, Council's Judgment is bad. So that means you have place for either more Stoneforges or just a Choke. Yeah, I think Choke could be a random hoser. I like random hosers. And yeah, 2 Stoneforges, 2 equipments. I guess I can afford one more Stoneforge then. Stoneforge still seems better than Lingering Souls, because Battle Skull or Sword of Iron Eyes are better than 5 mana for 4 power on the board. See if I didn't forget anything. No, probably not. This hand is, I think, good enough. He does turn 1 Deathrite and upkeep Enlightened Tutor for Eternal Canonist or Rest in Peace or something. I think I gotta try. It doesn't have really a lot of hate going on. But at least we are not weak to Empty the Warrens. Yeah, this is probably a hand I will lose. I think I overestimated the power of turn 2 Rest in Peace, but if I'm able to get Canonists... Okay, I'm probably never going to be able to get Canonists here. Okay. Turn 2 Liliana is a little bit slow. I mean, slow at this... Like, I need to him before plussing my Liliana is worth anything. Did they mulligan? No, they kept 7. So I will go up to 5 cards. And unless they play a Duress or something, at least Liliana will get him down to 4. I guess that's better than keeping Deathrite open though. Oh no, Thoughtseize changes everything. Yeah, Thoughtseize very good in this matchup. Opponent has a decay for a Hate Bear, which I don't have yet. Yeah, they have 2 Brainstorms and only 1 mana source, so I'm gonna take the mana source. And I'm already going to fetch a Bayou here, so he can't randomly decay my Deathrite Shaman next turn in response to the end of turn fetch. Like, that's a play I really like when I play against Deathrite Shaman. Like, if they keep open their fetch and Deathrite to end of turn exile something, and then they want to fetch end of turn to exile something from your graveyard, you can just kill it in response to the fetch land. And saves you 2 life, maybe a card in the graveyard for Snapcaster, or in his case, not being able to exile the Cabal Ritual this turn would mean his Pulsing Flames gets a lot better. Yeah, he goes for it now. That means he probably would have done the trick I talked about earlier, if I had allowed him to. Ooh, opponent has only 3. Oh, choke is going to be quite good here, yeah. I like choke. I think there is no reason yet to fetch a white source here. Yeah, okay, I guess choke was good to bring in here, randomly. You can still like ritual into a victory here, but... like natural tendrils. Like he can only use his islands once. Like this underground sea is basically like a lotus petal for his brainstorm. Yeah, he has 1 storm. He needs to get 9 storm to kill me. Yeah, not going to happen. And I took out Council's Judgment, so I have no reason for a second white. So if I use this for a scrubland, I don't need this polluted delta anymore. And now we're in a very commanding position. Like, I'm not sure there's a combination of 2 cards plus a top deck, like 2 cards. Of course he knows he's to take from the brainstorm, that gets him a kill. And he even has to use the volcanic this turn, because if he leaves it untapped to have like 3 lands next turn, then I can just waste it in my turn. So the opponent will have 2 cards in hand. Liliana brings him down to 1. I actually considered playing a Ghost Quarter in my 75. Like, I don't think it's good enough, but in this position, Ghost Quartering his swamp, yeah, would have been very awesome. Like, some lists play 2 swamps, I think, or 2 islands, but yeah, I think this is probably his only basic swamp. And opponent doesn't want to play anymore. And Deadguy Ale proves again that even though it's not blue, and it looks very janky compared to other very powerful decks, it still has a good chance against anything. Like, we lost game 1 against... I don't even oh yeah, Black Red Reanimator, which we could perhaps have won with the Wasteland line. And apart from that, like, we were able to beat any good legacy deck. I'm not currently missing the Chromox, Chromoxes. Like, I started, I think, with 3 originally, then I go down to 2, then to 1. But it very often happened that I exiled the Lingering Souls turn 1 to play like Stoneforge or Dark Conflict turn 1. And then, like, the creature got killed, the match, like, there was a lot of grinding going on. And then in the end, like, you really needed to have this... yeah, you really wanted to have this Lingering Souls late game, and then you lost because they had like Angler, which killed you in a few turns, and if you would have been able to block it with all the tokens, would have been great. Or like exiling, yeah, basically anything you exile you want to have back later. And even though the format is very speedy right now, like with the Black Red Reanimator and stuff, there are also like very slow decks, like the 4-color control decks and stuff. So yeah, because we are able to beat the black-red reanimator, that means yeah, it's fine that we don't have like the mana acceleration in that matchup. And I'm fetching here to play around Stifle, because I don't want to end of turn plow his next creature anyway to play around Daze. Like I can afford to play around Daze with this hand on the play, I think I was. Yeah, on the play. Like we are under no pressure to end of turn this plow. Sure, I say whatever. And even I can even wait a turn with this him. No reason to commit this scrubland yet. They'll be naming... I don't know what they should name here. Okay, we got a good hit. That's... yeah, I guess like these kinds of deck usually do play Liliana. So, yeah. Maybe he has like an angler that he knows is very dead to Liliana. Oh yeah, here I can still fetch around Daze and get a second black around Wasteland. So let's do that. Declare him. It also gives him perfect information about what we drew. Oh yeah, he wants to protect his true name against Liliana. That's also reasonable. He can waste my Horizon Canopy. I think that's worth it. Like, I'm not likely to draw a Bayou anytime soon. And if he does not have a counter for this, yeah, that's... yeah, I think this will provide us so much value that it's worth not getting the extra draw of Canopy. And opponent is out of gas. So I think that means he has only reactive spells. Which means I want to wait with the Confident until I have cleared the way. Oh, yes. Pyromancer is still more problematic than Bolt. Like, Bolt is 1-for-1. This will probably be able to get out of hand because I didn't have removal spell on top yet. And now let's just hope he does not draw a red source this turn. Please don't draw a volcanic or a fetch land. So we know there is land on top. So I'm going to resolve the Confident first. Ooh, we can actually get a better skull in play here. I think he probably has no defense against that. Like, sure, he might daze it, but I'm fine with taking that line. Like, I could play safely and get out Deathrite instead. and I keep sort of Swords of Plowshares floating on top. But I want to be greedy here. Like if this Batterskull resolves, there is no way he's winning the game. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This germ means it's concession time. I do want the Luge, because I think they had True Name. Yeah, and they also had Young Paramancer. So I might want explosives there. Path to Exile, because they're Delver and maybe they even have like Angler kind of stuff. Eastron Canonist is okay against... Eastron Canonist is okay against Young Pyromancer going crazy. Choke on the draw is probably very slow against Delver, so I don't want that. But I may if I don't have enough cards. I mean, Rest in Peace is okay if they also have Angler and like Therapy. But I haven't seen any other graveyard cards again except Chemotherapy. I think him is not the best on the draw. The 1 mana discard spells are better. Yeah, all of this stuff is better. And since we didn't see anything, I thought this could be a bit risky. Because they have all the bolts. So I could see switching a thought, like taking out one Thoughtseize. Which would mean there is place for, yeah, because also the second Deluge will also tax our life a lot. So we could see switching the Thoughtseize for a, let's see, I don't think I need Angel Item Tutor in this matchup, just to get a Jitte. Like either, yeah, choke. If we lose this game, I think I want it on the play, but not here on the draw. I guess I bring in Eatersworn Canonist. Because that's okay against like the very lean cantrip decks with very few lands and who hope to cantrip into land into their play. This hand is good, like unless they keep open Stifle. Like if they keep open Stifle, I'm not gonna play a fetch land yet. Or maybe I play Windswept Heath and not Polluted Delta. Some cards, yeah, I keep. The threat is good, and we have a removal spell, and we were able to take a True Name out of their hand. I could see fetching here, and if they're auto-passing... Yeah, they're kind of auto-passing. I mean, they clicked very quickly, so they might actually just click OK very... Oh yeah, very quickly. But yeah, it looked like they were auto-passing, so that means I definitely want to plow the Delver. And then next turn, I think I want to Thoughtseize first. Like, because I'm kind of weak against Angler and True Name. Or if they do not play a threat, I may want to Wasteland them. Just, I don't want them to reach the mana to be able to cast Wasteland or to cast Angler or True Name. So yeah, I fetch a basic swamp here. Then yeah, I Thoughtseize them. True Name is just too much of a beating. And of course they have 2 True Names. Okay, I clearly should have Wastelanded them there. Unless if they have a land on top. So let's see, if they do not have a land on top, I have to take Pyromancer and then waste them next turn. Yeah, I think that's the greedy line, and I'm going to try it. Delver is fine. That means I can wasteland their Volcanic, and they probably won't be casting any of these cards soon. And let's say, I think I do not want to play explosives here, because if they draw a red source they can grudge it. I could see ditching the Jitte here. Yeah, I think I played Jitte. If they draw a red source and they decay this, that's fine. Oh, they reveal another bolt. Yeah, so they can't. So I can crack my explosives this turn. I think I want to use Caracas to do so, because I want to keep open the option of fetching a Bayou here if I ever need green to gain some life, or like to cast. So I pay 1. And if they actually use their Wasteland on my Caracas, then they'll never be able to cast this True Name. So I'll play Deathrite, equip. Actually, no, I need to play around. No, he can't even have days. Yeah, now I have so many Deathrites, and I don't think he wants to use his. I don't think he wants to use his Wasteland here, so I can safely fetch the Bayou. Okay, greedy 18 land deck got what it deserved for being only an 18 land deck, and yeah, we already cashed the league, which makes it even more annoying that we lost this one, because we could have had a 5-0 potentially. Yeah, you know, once you're getting used to like 4-1ing, 5-1ing, like anything that's less than 5-0 starts feeling like a disappointment, and that's really stupid, because like 4-1 would mean in a 5-round tournament that you make top 8. But because Magic Online only rewards like your decklist being published once you go 5-0, like it feels like anything else is not worth it. Like if you make top 8 in a paper tournament, your decklist gets posted, like even if you finish 4-1 in paper. Yeah, of course, I just want... Yeah, and of course, like it's more about the honor of getting your interesting lists published, and people getting more interested in the archetype. That's more important than cashing in on your event tickets. Yeah, I want to keep this. Like last time I saw him, he was on Eldrazi, but usually he plays Grixis Delver with some number of stifles. So I think I want to start with fetching a basic here. Basic Swamp. Because if he's on Delver, I don't want to plow into a Daze. Yeah. And I think he's on like a 3 stifle Delver. So that's the reason I want to fetch as much as possible when he's tapped out. Then next turn I him, I think, because oh, he's still not representing Stifle. So I'm gonna get my all my basics here. Basics are fun. Ooh, those are good cards to take. Brainstorm, sure. Yeah, if he gets a creature again, I'm not gonna plow here. Like I have the luxury of playing around days with all my cards. Ooh, opponent is screwed. Let's try to find a Wasteland ourselves. So I can play Dark Confidence and Stoneforge, or I can play Dark Confident Deathrite and play around days, or I can play Deathrite and Stoneforge. Yeah, I think Stoneforge. No, I think I'm gonna start with Deathrite, then play Stoneforge around days. Like at least this gets, if this gets a Jite, they're in a very bad position. And are confident. If they have removal spell, Stoneforge is like the Jite is better than having had the confident. Opponent sees it coming, concedes, and yeah, I think we want the same cards we did last round. So definitely all the board wipes. Maybe the choke if I have nothing better to do. I think that's only good on the play potentially. So I'm gonna cut a Thoughtseize. Actually, I think he's on Anglers, but he only has 2, so I think that's not enough to warrant Rest in Peace. Maybe on the play. Like choke and Rest in Peace probably on the... Yeah, our opponent seems to be on a losing streak, they tell us. Yeah, I think on the draw him is not good. So I think I might prefer choke over... No, actually I think I put in Canonist against all the Pyromancer tokens, yeah. Yeah, our opponent is losing against everything. And like last season, like before this league restarted, like 1 or 2 months ago, he had like 26 trophies in 3 months. So he was like the best player on Magic Online for Legacy. I'm gonna mulligan because this is very prone to mana screw that hand. Yeah, now I can't... Like I basically got my opening hand again, but just 2 cards less. Would be good if we ever got to draw planes. I do not have red mana yet, but they could of course just be hiding it. He could take his Ponder, but he did not shuffle with the Ponder. That means he might already have the red mana on top, so I'm gonna take the Pyromancer, just to be on the safe side. Could of course have kept Therapy on top. Oh no, he kept the Delver. Okay, this kind of sucks for him. Now we drew the white source. What do I want to plow here? They have Bolt and Wasteland left. That means I think I want to play Canonist first. Myself a Scrubland. I think he already knows I have Confident, right? Yeah. Wait, he has a Wasteland. Why did he not use it? Opponent is exiling something. Kill Canonists, play Brainstorm. Not killing Liliana seems kind of loose. Like if I rip a land, I can bring back Canonist and play 2 creatures, but I guess that doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I kept the Wasteland for to potentially put it back with what's it called? To put it back with Brainstorm, probably. So he used his Bolt. That means I can, yeah, probably take his Black Source for Death Rights. Play Confident. Oh, I could have played around Days, yeah. So yeah, I think I want to get back the Stoneforge. I think Stoneforge is better here because it provides card advantage the turn it comes into play. Yeah, I need to have a second Bolt to deal with this Liliana, but then he won't have Bolt for Stoneforge. So I think I want. I think I actually want Fire and Ice here. No, I don't want Jitte. Like if he gets True Name into play, I only can win with Fire and Ice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take that one. I think I can afford to play into a Stifle here, and probably even into Wasteland, because the Bayou eventually gain me some life. So I did draw a Plow, that's kind of nasty, because then he can't block my Stoneforge. And then I can connect with my Stoneforge and kill the Deathrite. So I kind of had it all this game. Okay, that's fair. declare attacker step, cast the instant activate. Yeah. So I can try to mill into another Deathrite. That doesn't seem too great. So I think I'm keeping the Liliana open here. Like, I'm gonna try to keep her alive as much as possible. And I need to start gaining life as soon as possible with this Deathrite. Because Evian, yeah, I'm getting deader and deader to bolts here. Opponent is thinking. Yeah, I mean, but although I'm like kind of having it all, I'm really a low life total, like probably due to just these Deathrite drains, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I did thought these ones. One opponent. Dismember. Okay. That's very strong here. Yeah, the Shambling Vent being able to gain 2 life a turn is also kind of good. So if our opponent has bolt, we are dead. And he still has 3 bolts in deck. So he's very likely to have one. He does not. Okay. So I think I can't... No, I can't attack with Stoneforge. If I only with Stoneforge, I try to gain life here. So I don't do anything. Like, I would need one more land to be able to both attack with Shambling Vent and... So wait, what was I doing here? Liliana Last Hope, past turn. Oh, actually, he does have Ancient Grudge, so the Stoneforge is not the best here. Ooh, Wasteland is good. Okay. Wait, he's attacking? No. He must be joking, right? Okay. Probably because he wants to concede or something. Like, there is no reason to step out with Death right here, unless he has a true name or something. So next turn this deals 5. That's not... Yeah, I think I got to dig to some outs here, but I can only get Dark Confident, sure. Then exile Wasteland for white. Just try to win with Lingering Souls tokens. So yeah, I'm still dead to bolt like whole of the game. Could actually have gained 2 life here with Deathrite and not flashed it back, but then he could have Deathrited exiled the Lingering Souls. Yeah, I guess I should have eaten the Ancient Grudge before filing in the Batterskull, but then I was afraid of dying to Bolt. So that was, in retrospect, it was a very bad misplay. So I go down to 2, I can go back up to 4, but that's not enough here. Yeah, kind of deadish. Sure, discard Confident, draw a land and probably die. So begin sideboarding. Maybe choke is good for this late game, like we saw now. Rest in peace, not good enough. Probably don't want any of these other. So what do I want to cut? Like Last Hope was not great here, but if they have Pyromancer it would have been better. I don't think any of these are really bad. Maybe Canonists is not so good here. I'm gonna turn on the lights for a bit. Yeah, I want to start. Let's see if my camera is still in position. No, this hand does not enough against aggressive openers. But I guess I can keep this. I don't want to turn on Thoughtseize though. Not sure whether I want to play around Stifle here. I think he's on a Stifle, yeah. He's more on Stifle than on Therapy. But yeah, if I scry and I see a land on top, obviously I do not want to fetch yet. Oh, I can't actually fetch a basic plains, yeah. Yeah, I guess I gotta keep this. It's sort of a land. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I feel like I just want to wasteland. Because it makes him less likely to keep open Stifle. And I get to prolong my choice, like for which land to fetch. I do still want to get rid of this dude, though. Yeah, I think I can't. Okay, this didn't work out so well for us, sadly enough. Yes, but I'm still gonna record another video with this, because we had a lot of potential. Just lost to the typical Deadguy Ale, crappy hands with mana screw. Okay, see you for the next video.